Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. Today a close-up look at two very important firearms. The H&K P30 series, P30L in this case, and Sig Sauer's P226. This is the Mark 25 version. These are the two guns that I have owned the longest, the first two guns I bought when I started collecting guns. I'll tell you a short story in the fact that the first gun I wanted to pick up and own to have for home protection now that I have family was the P226, simply based off the fact that it had a massive military pedigree and was chosen by the Navy SEALs. So I saved my money up, go to the gun store, could not find one. I went to every gun store within a 50-mile radius, didn't exist. So I actually wound up going with my first gun, the H&K P30L. I wasn't aware of H&K's pedigree and the reputation this gun had and the military use that the P30 had as a direct descendant of H&K's legendary USP. And don't judge me, USP fans, but I did read an article online that this gun, I researched most reliable handguns of all time before doing this video, and the 226 is mentioned and the USP is mentioned, but the P30L was mentioned in one article online as the most reliable, most tested, most reliable handgun of all time with a crazy number of rounds with 0 failures. I will happily tell you that both these guns have never failed me. Massive fans of both of them. Again, they have incredible resumes. Again, the fact that this was submitted for the mid-80s military trials, it got beat by the Beretta 92, but the Navy SEAL says, we don't want the Beretta, we want the SIG 226. So this gun has, again, it's legendary already, been used in militaries all over the world. Same with the P30. They took the USP and tried to make it better. Some say they did, some say they didn't. But again, massive fan of both of these guns. You know, biggest difference is the fact that this is an aluminum frame versus a polymer frame. So this guy's a little bit lighter, but they're both double action, single actions. There's multiple safety options on the P30. You only have the decocker version of the 226. They're available in multiple calibers. Both these are 9mm. They're both available, I believe, in 40 Smith & Wesson. And even at one point in time, I believe the 226 was available in 357 SIG. So again, just fantastic firearms, super flexible, and they're great. This is the gun that I dry fire around the house all the time. I'll tell you why in a second. This is a gun that sits beside my bed at night because I know we'll always go bang if I have to ever protect my family, which God forbid I never will have to. So super important guns, love them both. However, now that I've had guns for a while, collected and shot lots of other guns, I don't know that I love their triggers. And that's why I made this video. And I'll ask for your input. I know they're aftermarket triggers for both of these guys. I'll show the triggers on these and compare them to, I'll compare the H&K trigger to the OG trigger, the USP, because this guy, I pick up and shoot tight groupings right out of the box. It's flawless. The trigger's just not that different than the P30, but it is different enough that I don't shoot this gun nearly as well as that gun, and I think it's a trigger. 226, shoot it pretty well. It's a good trigger, but until I picked up his little brother, this 229, or this is the M11A1 rather, which has SIG's short reset trigger, I realized, oh my God, there is another world out there of triggers that this guy is not nearly as good as this guy with the trigger. So again, shoot tight groupings right out of the box with this guy. So we'll look at the triggers compared to their better trigger brothers and see if you guys have similar experience. I would love to hear. And I think for me, it all comes down to kind of the reset and what happens there. I'll start with the P30. Actually, I'll back up. So again, I know, in case you don't watch the whole video, there is a Gray Guns trigger here, a flat trigger and a short reset system. Have you guys used that? Do you like it? Does it impact reliability? I don't want to impact reliability, but I would love to try one of those triggers. The SIG 226, SIG offers a SRT kit, short reset trigger kit. Have you installed that? Do you love it? Has it impacted reliability? Those are the things I would love to hear. Because looking at the P30, here's my issue with it. And if this is the only gun I ever shot, I would be used to trigger, and it's great. It's a first world problem shooting too many different guns. Because the trigger doesn't suck. I'm sure there's worse triggers in the world. I just don't own very many of them. Quick safety check. This guy does have a laser cartridge in here as I dry fire. I can show you, you're empty there. That is a laser cartridge. You can see the red dot there. So the double action pull doesn't bother me. It's a big heavy pull for safety, I know. It's fine. But the reset on this guy is long. It's real long, like you can drink a cup of coffee long. Like it goes and goes and goes and goes. Oh, there it is. And now look at the take up. Take up, take up, take up, take up, take up, take, and wait, there's a wall. There it goes. So one more time. Long reset, long, 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 long. There's the reset. Now take up, take, 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 take. A little bit of smush and break. So for me, as not the world's best shooter, a lot goes wrong from the time that I get that reset to take up to fire the gun. I seem to tweak and jerk it, at least for the first round or so. Once I shoot this gun for a little while, it is deadly accurate. I just struggle with the trigger early on. This is very much a me problem, but I have read issues that people say this is a terrible trigger. I wouldn't say terrible, but there are better triggers, such as the original H&K. This is the USP chambered in 45. Again, firearm is clear. But again, has the same big double heavy action for a double action pull. Super heavy. Again, that's a wonderful safety. Not worried about that. But look at the reset here. It's a little bit longer reset. But then look at the take up. No, well, small amount. So not a lot can go wrong. Kind of a long reset, not as long as the P30 though, and you're back on the wall. So decent reset, not about half the length of the P30, and then real clean take up, and it breaks instantly. So I think the smush after you take up is really throwing me off on that guy. So I do love the trigger of the USP. The P30 trigger, don't love as much. Same with my beloved 226. Again, safety check for you guys here. All clear. The double action pull is heavy. Not as heavy as the H&K, I don't think, but it is a heavy trigger. The reset though, again, long reset. Long, long, long. Oh, there you go. And then some take up, take up, take up, take up, take up. And there it goes. So back on the wall, not as long as this, not as much take up, but there is quite a while until you get the reset. And then a little bit of take up, and it breaks pretty clean. So I do shoot this guy better than this guy, but it does take a while for me to zero this guy in. Compared to its SRT little brother here in the SIG M11A1 or 229. Again, also clear. Again, this guy's got your big double heavy trigger pull, but look at this reset. That's it, right there. And then no take up at the wall. This is like almost Langdon Tactical for the Beretta type good. Again, reset is that, instant. So this is a fantastic reset. Boom and boom. You can just shoot the same hole over and over with this gun right out of the gate. So love the SRT trigger system in little 229. So I would love to hear from you guys. Do you love or hate the triggers in these two firearms? Have you replaced your trigger with the SRT for the SIG or the Gray Guns short reset system for the H&K? If so, how do you like it? How does it shoot? How does it impact your reliability? Is the thing I want to hear the most about. If you guys haven't yet, please like and subscribe. It helped me grow my little channel. I'm trying to spread lots of positive energy about firearms across the internet, and I could use all the help I could get. Thank you so much for watching.